When Batna comes to meet Han, Han says that I myself saw that Jung Joon was laughing and making fun of Min Jung's mom and dad. He does not regret his actions at all. If he comes out of jail, he will not commit any crime again. Batna says you are trying to say that he will come out again and beat up Min Jung and maybe even kill her. Han says yes, it can happen. That is why you have to give him the harshest punishment, because you are the one who said that it is the job of the judge to bring out the truth and punish the bad people. Then Batna says, if it is so, then arrange a meeting for me with Min Jung's mom and dad, but this meeting will be held without you. I want to talk to them alone so that I can help the victim, and I can know the story of their family. Then, in the next scene, Batna is sitting with Min Jung's mom and dad. Batna says, I want to know about Jung Jun and why Min Jung submitted the non-punishment letter. Min Jung's mom says she is very scared, so she submitted the letter. We are shown the scene where Min Jung is telling her mom on the phone that you should not have reported him to the police. This is not going to change anything. He will not stay in jail forever. When he comes out, he will not leave me. She was crying a lot. Her mom tells all this to Batna. Min Jung's dad says that the prosecution has requested a sentence of 1 year. It is not known what he will do with my daughter after 1 year when he comes out of jail. Hearing this, Batna smiles slightly, thinking something in her mind. Min Jung's mom and dad request him to please save their daughter. Batna says don't worry, he will definitely be punished for his actions. Later, Batna comes to the office and is in a very good mood. Mando asks her what is the matter, then Batna tells him her plan. Mando says that it is too brutal for a human being. Then Batna asks what happens to humans. I don't care about that, I just have to complete my mission. After that, we are shown the scene of the day when Batna is about to sentence Jung Joon. Batna says that Jung Joon was the one who assaulted the victim many times when both of them were in a relationship. When the victim wanted to end the relationship, the defendant had beaten her very badly. Jung Joon treated the victim as if she was his property, which is a serious criminal offense. But the victim has submitted a non-punishment letter, and Jung Joon has also admitted his mistake and regrets his actions. Considering all these things, the defendant Jung Joon will have to pay a fine of 3 million won. Hearing this, everyone sitting in the court is shocked. Even Jung Joon is shocked. This happens because he thought that he would have to go to jail. Min Jung's mom starts crying and says, how can the judge do this? Now what will happen to our daughter? When Batna is going, Han comes to talk to her. Batna says, I know what you have come here to talk about, so don't say anything because I gave the verdict according to the law. Han says angrily, who has made such a law? Batna says that the victim has already forgiven the defendant, which is why she submitted the letter. Han says, you also know that she did this out of fear. Are you feeling any remorse? Han says, you said that he will be punished for his actions. Batna says, you lied, you can think whatever you want, but know one thing, I didn't lie to you. Then she leaves. When Jung Joon comes out of the detention center, Han is there. Han tells him, if you even come close to Min Jung, it will not be good for you. Saying this, he goes away. Min Jung's mom and dad come to meet her, but she does not open the door. Her mom and dad say that you should not stay here alone. Come home with us. Min Jung refuses to go with them and asks them to leave. They have brought some food for Min Jung, which they keep outside. Han says, Min Jung, don't worry at all. I am outside. I am leaving a smartwatch. If anything happens, press the SOS button. We will reach here immediately. After they leave, Min Jung comes out and takes the food and watch inside. She eats the food brought by her mom and dad and wears the watch. Now 2 weeks pass. We see Han at the police station. It's lunchtime and Han says, I will check on Min Jung and come back. His colleagues say, you go and check on her 3 to 4 times every day. It is necessary to go and check on her. Look, we know that you want to protect her, but at this moment we have many other cases pending. Ms. Kim says that these people are right. You should pay attention to other cases also. It would be enough to go and check on Min Jung once in the evening. Then we see Min Jung, who is looking out of the window at the people. People are busy with their work, and she is happy to see all this. Min Jung also goes out of her apartment. She calls her dad and says, Dad, can you come pick me up? Tana is also very frustrated because 2 weeks have passed and Jungju has not committed any crime yet. It turns out that Batna is trying to carry out the same plan that Mando had told her. Jungju is a criminal who deserves to go to hell. That is why Batna gave him a lesser punishment so that while he is out, he will commit another crime and be caught again. Mando says, why don't you use your power to find out what Jungju is doing right now? Batna writes Jungju's name in the mirror and starts seeing what Jungju is doing. Jungjun buys a hammer and is smiling a lot. Seeing this, Batna also starts smiling because she understands that Jungjun is going to commit a crime today itself. So Batna tells Mando that it seems it's time for her to go to work. Jungjun comes to Minjong's apartment and puts tape on the door frame, then rings the doorbell. Minjong checks the door cam and doesn't see anything, so she says, Dad, are you outside? But there is no answer, which makes Minjong very scared. She asks again, who is outside? Jungjun changes his voice and says, I am a detective. Detective Han has sent some stuff for you. As soon as Minjong opens the door, she gets scared to see Jungjun outside. She tries to close the door, but Jungju comes inside and starts beating Minjong. Jungjun breaks the smartwatch that Han had given her. He beats Minjong very badly. Minjong says, you said if I submit the non-punishment letter, you will leave me alone. Jungjun says, yes, I said that, but I started missing you too much. If you call the police again or go to your parents, I will kill your mom and dad. I am leaving now, but I will come back again. Saying this, he goes away. Batna was watching everything in the car mirror. Minjong is very fed up with these things, so she decides to commit suicide. Seeing her committing suicide, Batna smiles and says she is dead. Jungjun is going to his home, and Batna meets him on the way. Batna says, you seem to be in a very good mood. Are you coming from somewhere? Jungjun says, you are a judge. What are you doing here? Batna asks, should we go to some quiet place to talk? Jungjun asks, what do you want to talk about? Batna asks him to come closer. When Jungjun goes to her, Batna says, it will not take much time, and starts smiling. Batna has hidden one of her hands behind her because she is holding a knife, ready to kill Jungjun and send him to hell. We see that Batna is about to kill Jungjun, but at that moment Han arrives, causing Batna to postpone her plan. Jungjun says, Detective, what are you doing here? Han replies, you know why I came. I told you to stay away from Minjong, but you didn't listen to me. Jungjun says, when I was in high school, my mom died, my dad remarried and threw me out of the house. I grew up without parents, that's why I am like this. Han responds, stop your nonsense, not every orphan is like you. Han gets very angry. Jungjun says, will you kill me? Is this yours? Han says, it is not good for him. Then Han says, you are right, I am going to beat you very badly, then I will resign. Han goes to punch him, but Batna holds his hand and says, a detective should not do this. Han tries to free his hand but is unable to. Then more officers arrive and Batna lets go of his hand. The officer says to Jungjun, we suspect that you are stalking Minjong. That is why you were brought to us for questioning. We have to go with them to the police station. We don't have an arrest warrant, so you can refuse. But Jungjun agrees to go with them. When the officers take away Jungjun, Han tells Batna to come with him. Batna asks where to go, but he doesn't tell her. When both of them sit in the car, Han asks her why she came to meet Jungjun. Batna says, I just wanted to see if the person I left has committed any crime again. Han takes Batna to Minjong's apartment. Batna already knows what happened here. Han says, seeing the condition of this apartment, don't you think that you made a wrong decision? Batna says otherwise. Han says, if you had not released him by just charging him a fine, then Minjong would not have been attacked again. Batna says, if I had given him a punishment of 1 year, wouldn't he have done it again after 1 year? Han says, but she would have been able to live in peace for a year, and her family members would not have thought that justice had not been done to her. Batna says, I had just done my work as per the law. That is why you should blame the law and not me. Han says, we are about to apply for the arrest warrant of Jungjun. Batna says, what is the need for an arrest investigation? You can also call him a few times to the police station and interrogate him. She says, it is the detective's job to decide how to do the investigation. This time you won't be able to escape so easily, because all the judges are not like you. Batna feels a little bad after hearing this. Then the scene shifts. We see Han and Jungjun in the interrogation room. Han says, you are Minjong. Why did you forcefully enter Minjong's apartment? Jungjun says, that is not the case. She herself opened the door and asked me to come inside. Han says, you beat up Minjong. Do you admit this? But Jungjun does not answer. Han asks why he took the hammer. Jungjun says, I took it thinking that maybe it would be useful for hammering nails if Minjong had to hang something on the wall. Han says, you talk a lot of nonsense. While you were gone, Minjong hanged herself. Jong Jun gets scared and starts asking repeatedly what happened to her. Is she dead? Han tells him that Minjong is alive because they reached there on time. Jong Jun feels a little relieved after knowing that she is alive. Han says, if she had died, then how could I live without her? Han says she tried to take her life because of you. Jung Jan says that is too much overdramatic. You tell me in which couple there is no fight. Han says to keep his nonsense in the court, that after keeping him and dating Abudos, they leave him. Miski tells Mahan to keep an eye on Jung Jun, after which Han himself says to Jung Jun. Han comes to drop Ko home again and warns Jung Jun not to get close to Minjong because he is going to keep an eye on him all the time, so if he gets caught, he will be in trouble. The next day, when Batna comes to the office, Mando asks her if she killed Jang Jan. Batna tells him that she was about to kill him, but at that moment, Han arrived there, due to which she had to cancel her plan. She also tells him that Minjong is still alive. Mando says if Jung Jungju hasn't killed Minjong, then this case is of no use to us. Batna says no, you are wrong. This case is of use to us. Mijio tries to commit suicide because she is mentally dead. She has no will to live left, and all this has happened because of Jung Jun, which means he has mentally murdered Mijio. This is also a crime, so he should be punished. But again and again, Han is coming in between the work, due to which I am not able to complete my work. Mando says if that is the case, then should I dispose of him? Batna says it seems you have forgotten what orders we have received. We only have to deal with people who have committed murder, but Han hasn't killed anyone, so we can't kill him. Anyway, whenever he challenges me, I enjoy it a lot. At the police station, an officer tells Miss Kim that Jang Jun's arrest warrant has been rejected because Jang Jun is willing to cooperate with the police. All the officers start getting very angry because they can't arrest Jang Jun despite everything being in front of them. The next day, Han comes to check whether Jiang and his mom and dad are okay. Then he gets a call and learns that Jiang has died. Han gets shocked after knowing that Batna comes to his office and is in a good mood. His assistant asks what the matter is. Why is he so happy today? Batna says, my trial went very well. Batna and Mando look at each other and smile. Then we are shown a flashback of what happened 12 hours ago. What happened was that Minjong calls Jong Jun and asks him to meet her at a place. Jong Jun reaches there and has to meet there. Here we come to know that it was not Minjong who called Jong Jun, but Mando, who had changed his voice. This was all the work of Mando. Jong Jun is not able to understand what is going on here. Batna says your real trial starts now. Do you accept that you have taken Min Jiang's life? Jiang Jun says, what nonsense are you talking about? She is still alive and she has forgiven me too. Batna says that I will judge whether she has forgiven you or not, and also whether she is alive or not. Tell me, do you confess your crime? Jong Jun gets scared after seeing a magically branding knife in Batna's hand and tries to run away from there. But Batna kills him with her power. She brings him into her world and then does magic on Jong Jun, due to which he starts playing the character of Minjong. While Batna starts playing the character of Jiang Jun, whatever pain Jiang Jun had caused to Min Jiang, she gives him all the trouble. To the extent that she tortured him and beat him, she does the same to Jiang Jun. She punishes him very badly. Jiang Jun does not want to die, so he confesses his crime and also confesses that a person like him has no right to live. After which, Batna kills him and sends him to hell. Now back to the present. The police reach the crime scene and find Jiang Jun's dead body. Sure, here is your provided text with explanation errors corrected for clarity. Han sees a mark of blood on his forehead. Seeing the marks, they come to know that the body was dragged out from inside the house. But when they go inside the house, not a single drop of blood is found there, and not a single item in the house is broken. Due to this, everyone is left wondering what exactly happened here. Batna has come for shopping, and Mando is also there with her. Mando says don't worry at all, the police will not find any evidence there because I have done health. 2 people were sent there for cleaning, who are experts in their work. We are shown the scene when both of them were cleaning the house. Whatever was broken in the house, they restore it as before. They do not leave a single drop of blood. They erase all the footprints and fingerprints of Batna. They have amazing magical tools with which they erase all the evidence, and both of them had dragged Jang Jun's body and kept it outside the house. Batna asks, why did you keep the body outside? Then Mando says, because I want to tell people what kind of punishment should be given to the criminal. And this is where the episode ends. So guys, how did you like this episode? Please tell me through the comments. If you liked my explanation, then please like this video and subscribe to the channel to watch further episodes. I will meet you in the next video.
Take care, bye-bye.